Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Linz. So we are going to be attempting to make today some mince pies in the air fryer. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a tiny little bit daunted by this, because although I have made them year upon year in the actual oven, I've never tried them in, this. So a lot of you have requested I do a video like this. Now, disclaimer before I start, I am using ready roll pastry and I am using mincemeat out of a jar. So yeah, it's just going to make things a lot easier. I do think it would be an awful lot cheaper if you make your own pastry and maybe your own mincemeat. I have tried a couple of years in a row to make some mincemeat and it just never seems to come out proper. So, I don't know what it is, but yeah, we're going to come down, and this here is my short crust ready roll pastry. Now, I had such an issue trying to find things like this. Now, these are reusable aluminium. I think they were actually advertised as mince pie tins. I think I got about 15 in the pack. I will leave them down in the description, show more notes. Now, I know just from trying to put these into the air fryer, it fits about 5 just nicely. So then I am going to be using a couple of cutters. Also, I'm going to put these down in the description as well. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to use the flat side, I suppose. And we'll just try. A tip, if you are using this ready rolled stuff, take it out of the fridge about 15 to 20 minutes before you try to use it, because otherwise it cracks up a little bit. This piece has a tiny touch, but it's not going to matter too much. So I'm just going to try and get them. I am not the best at getting things looking pretty. Like, if you see the state of cakes I've tried to decorate in the past, but we'll have a go. And just with that little bit of a crack there, you can just push it in with your fingers. If you've got long nails, this is a bit of a pain. So yeah. So basically, we are just going to cut out all of them and just kind of make sure they're coming over the edges, just a tiny touch here. And that's just going to allow a part for the top to go on. So I am going to get on and cut out the rest of these, and then we'll come back. Right, I have all of them kind of put in. Are they perfect? No, but you know what? They're homemade, and that's the main thing. Now, in with this, as I said, this is just a jar of mincemeat I bought. Now, this one is very, very sweet. I got this one out of Aldi. And no, I didn't. I got this out of Lidl. And what I've done to try and counteract that a wee bit is there's about a quarter of the jar in here for 5 mince pies. I hope I've got them measurements right. And I have added 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to this to hopefully try and neutralize the sweetness a wee bit. And what we're going to do is just put in and around 2 teaspoons roughly into each one of them cake cases. Now, your mincemeat does be inclined to kind of rise and spill up and things, but we'll see. I've just got this cutter here, so I'm just going to show you how to do one first, and then I'll go off camera and do the rest, because I don't want to make this video too long for you. So there's my top piece. Now, I am just using a little bit of milk because I don't have any eggs, but I would normally be inclined to use a little bit of egg wash for this. We're just going to put that on the edges. Am I in camera? Like that. And then we're going to pop that top on. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to lightly pinch that little bit we left out just in, to try and get them to kind of form a little bit of a seal. Now, this pastry is very highly buttered, so I haven't pre-buttered my liners. That could be a mistake on my behalf, but we will see when they're finished. Now you can take as much time as you want with these to make them a little bit prettier. You know, we're just trying to get that seal. Most times when I make them, they do kind of pop out a little bit. So I am going to finish off the rest of these, and then again, we'll be back. Now, lovelies, that is my mince pies done. Are they perfect? Definitely not, but hey. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some more of this milk, and I just want to brush a little bit over the tops of them. Now, normally you would probably use, as I said, egg or something along them lines, or you don't have to do this step at all. But I don't have any eggs today, which is strange, but yeah, just that was the way it went. Another thing is to do, you could do some melted butter as well, but I do find with melted butter, things can go a little bit browner than you'd maybe want them to, and I don't know how these are going to turn out yet, so we will see on that. That is the worst. I'm going to have to get a new pastry brush or thingy brush, because this is the worst thing ever. I think I picked like a pack of them up for maybe €1. Now, on the centre of these, you do want to put a tiny little slit, just to allow some of the steam to escape. Again, spend as much time as you have on these. Now, I'm going by temperatures that I would normally use if I was using my oven. So we shall see. I'm going to pop them into the tray. See, as you can see, it only really fits 5 if you kind of stack them, but then you're at risk of them kind of leaking everywhere. They might anyway. But we are going in to the Ninja now, and we're going to go on. Now, I'm going to do these on the bake setting. Hold on. I think it's a little bit. I am going to do this on the bake setting. I'm not sure, because the bake setting on the Ninja, the fan isn't as intense as the air fryer setting. So if you were doing these maybe in a normal air fryer, I would be inclined to, I would say, lower the temperature by about 10 degrees compared to what I'm doing, but we're going to have to see if this works first. So we're going to go on to bake, and that is set at 160 Celsius, and I will put the Fahrenheit on the screen, and I want them on for 20 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's going to be long enough or not long enough, because that pastry is raw, so it has to cook through. And the only way we're going to tell that is by taking them out, flipping them over and having a good look. So we're going to put it on at that, and we shall see how it goes, and we'll be back at the end. This has just finished, so we'll take them out and have a look. They look lovely. Okay. Now again, the egg wash would have put a little bit more of a sheen on top of these. But the main thing I'm looking for is to make sure that they're cooked underneath. So he's in frame. They're absolutely perfect. That is brilliant. I'm absolutely delighted with that. But again, we're going to do a bit of a test and see after they've cooled down a little bit to make sure, we're going to cut into them, make sure that pastry is fully cooked. So I'm going to leave these to cool down for a little while, and then I'll be back and we'll cut in and have a look, and we'll dissect cooking times, things like that. But just on first impressions, they seem to have worked. So we will see. Right, it's had plenty of time to cool down enough. So we're going to cut into it now and see, and keep fingers crossed. Going to move these down. Yeah, can we see that? That pastry there is absolutely perfectly cooked. I am so, so happy with them. Now that I know that has saved me so much time in the air fryer compared to what it would have done. Now I've just put these on a plate, and just to give them that little bit more of a kind of mince pie look, I suppose, we're going to take a little bit of icing sugar in a sieve and just give them a good coating. Though I said they were far too sweet as it was. And icing sugar also makes everything look a little bit better. If you're not great like me at sort of like making things look pretty. So lovelies, I do think that that timing, temperatures and everything like that was absolutely perfect. And yeah, I am really happy with them, because now I would normally do them at around 180, maybe a little bit higher, for about 20 minutes or so in the actual oven. So 160 for 20 minutes, you're cutting down on all the heating up times, everything like that. One disadvantage is you can only do 5 at a time. So I don't know. I'd love to know, if you try these on the air fryer setting, and how you get on with times and temperatures and things like that, if you've had a go, or even just normal pies, because I'd be really interested to know that. But yeah, I'm really happy with them, lovelies, and I do hope that you give them a go. Yes, when you're buying all your bits and pieces pre-made, it's probably cheaper just to go and buy a box, but yeah, where's the fun in that? Lovelies, thanks very much for being here and spending time with me. Time is precious. I know that better than most. And yeah, just take care, and wherever you are, have a good day. Bye for now.